Good evening and welcome back to the Let's Talk Destiny talk show. It is an honor to be with you tonight and to have a gentleman from my hometown, Mr. Warren Lankford, who is positively pursuing his life's purpose. And we are so honored to have him join us tonight. As most of you know, the whole format for Let's Talk Destiny is purpose driven. And we want to always leave people with motivation, encouragement, and to inspire them to know what your purpose is and pursue it. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Just pursue what God has given you to do. And tonight, I am blessed to have a young man with me who totally understands that. We're going to talk a little bit with him in just a moment. I'd like to remind you to like this video and share it. Also, we would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have been blessed to bring some really amazing men and women to the platform, and we want you to be able to enjoy the content there. So please remember to subscribe afterwards. Okay, tonight I am honored to have with me Mr. Warren Lankford, who is making a tremendous impact on the music industry as a songwriter, a producer, and a musician. Warren Lankford blends gospel and contemporary musical influences into a sound that is uniquely his own. The Salisbury, Maryland native has a musical background which includes 12 years of private piano study and a BA degree with concentration in music theory from Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. A key part of Lankford's success is his experience, in musical theater, having served as a musical director for professional productions, which include Bubbling Brown Sugar, Robeson, Black Nativity, and Two Queens, One Castle. Now, I'm not going to read all of these accolades and accomplishments that this young man has made, because I want you to take the time to Google him and follow him on his social media platforms. We're going to give you the information before we close, but I promise you that you will be blessed as you connect to him. I spoke with someone the other day who said that when they listen to his music, it just calms their soul. And in these days, we need all the peace and calm we can get. And I just believe that Warren is gifted to do that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the young man who is blessing our platform tonight. First, I'd like to say to you, welcome to Let's Talk Destiny, and we are humbled that you would join us tonight.
All right, thank you, my dear, and I certainly appreciate having the honor of joining you. I thank you for that.
So before we get into the conversation about the many things God has blessed you to do, I want to know, we would like to share with the audience a little bit about you as a person. What are some of your hobbies and what makes you smile?
Okay, well, certainly, what I do has been my life's calling, and the work I do, and the blessing of being successful at blessing others through what I do. That is definitely my passion and my life's calling. When you talk about hobbies, I'm a sports nut. I love I love watching sports, especially football and basketball, and I enjoy travel.
Awesome. That's powerful. Now, let me ask you this question. When did you, because I talk with a lot of people, and I'm sure you do too, who are not really clear about what their purpose is, why they're here, what they're supposed to be doing. They know that they're passionate about some things, but they're not really sure as what their purpose is. When did you first realize that your passion and your purpose were tied into music?
That became clear to me probably in my early teens. I had taken private lessons for about 6 years. And I was kind of iffy about music. I wasn't leaning one way or the other. But it was probably in my early teens when something led me to start trying to figure out how to place songs that I heard on the radio. And that process seemed to come natural to me. It was extremely easy. And doing that in front of my peers and recognizing the response that I got from that was definitely my first eye opener. And as I grew up in high school, getting to understand how it seemed to bless others in their hearts, that was the realization for me. It was definitely during high school years when it became clear.
And that's a blessing in itself, because very few of us at that age really understand purpose, and we understand destiny. We know we like something, we may even get excited when we do it, but to recognize that it was actually touching the hearts and souls of other people, that
Yeah.
is it itself a blessing. Was there a point in your life when, even after you had accepted and decided to pursue your passion, was there ever a time when you felt like, were maybe I should put this off? Were you ever discouraged by others? Or did you ever hit a bump where you felt like, maybe I won't do this?
All right. Well, certainly when you have a passion, in my particular line of work, for sure, it's admittedly a journey that when you really commit to it, it can definitely be a roller coaster. So certainly I've had moments like that. I mean, certainly more up moments than down moments. But it's, and in all honesty, it's hard to understate the roller coaster that the last 2 years have been, because of the fact that the pandemic and pandemic related restrictions,
Yes.
have a dramatic effect and have had a dramatic effect on my line of work. When everything started, you're immediately talking about, not being able to communicate with live audiences. And then very, very soon on top of that, when it became abundantly clear that the regular assembly in houses of worship were dangerous things and potentially multiple spreaders. Certainly that had an impact on a lot of people that do the type of work I do. Yeah, these 2 years have been a roller coaster. But I'm thankful for light at the end of the tunnel, without question.
Absolutely, absolutely. And while we're talking about that, let me ask you, define for me how you believe that music touches another person's soul, how it ministers to another person's soul. What do you see music as a tool for?
Um, I honestly feel, especially with what has been the difficulties of the last 2 years, that music that speaks to the heart is a blessing to people, that it can be calm when they're going through storms, that maybe there's something in the heart of a piece or a song that I offer that will have that positive impact, even if it's just helping somebody get to the next day.
Yes.
That is important. I've appreciated all through my entire journey the sincere heart responses that I've gotten in so many different places, so many different situations, so many locations. It's something that I've appreciated, and I've never taken it for granted. Never.
That's powerful. I have always believed from a child. I was raised in the church. I don't know if you even remember my parents, but my parents pastored here in Salisbury for like 40 years. And so I was raised in church, and I understand the power of music and how it changes the whole atmosphere
Mhm.
in a room. And so even when you're not in a place of worship, there's something about music that can soothe you, that gives you peace. It can make you happy. It can make you sad. It has a real, a powerful effect on emotions. And so I'm grateful for individuals such as yourself during these last 2 years who have given us a place to go where we can still find some soothing for our soul. And I do, and I'm going to mention your Facebook page before we leave. I want to make sure that my audience knows where to connect with you there, because I go there sometimes and just listen to the videos and listen to you play and on your YouTube channel. And sometimes at that very moment, I was feeling overwhelmed.
Mhm.
I have a lot of chronic health issues, and some days it's just like you can't even hardly get out of bed. But I have had those moments when I have gone to your channel and listened to something that really soothed my spirit and calmed me down. So I want to make sure that my audience's members are aware of that before we leave, because I do want them to understand the power of music. Now,
Right.
I was looking through your bio, and it's amazing to me how much you have accomplished. But one of the things that I noticed is that you share your music in multiple forms. You're not just stuck in one genre of music. You're not just
That's
stuck in
right.
one way to share it. I noticed that you enjoy experience in musical theater, um, and also in the studio as a session musician. What is your favorite forum to perform music?
Um, I've been blessed in all of the different ways that I've had the opportunity to musically contribute and work in the lives of others. But honestly, if there's anything that's number one on my list, it's always been the process of constructing a recording.
Wow.
The process of making a recording that that can touch people and can touch people continually. That's the area of music that I've always had the biggest passion for. I mean, and that goes all the way back to high school. I mean, I was definitely one of those kids who got into music, and I was always into the records. I was always into the names that were on the back cover of the records, because I understood that they were the guys that put everything together underneath that made the whole thing sound spectacular and made it something that really touched the hearts of people. As people came to know about 20 years ago, excuse me, when they really understood about the musicians at Motown in the 60s, they were the ones that made things happen. And it was meaningful,
Wow.
you know. So that that aspect of music, that's my passion. I enjoy all the others, but I could work in the studio all day.
That's powerful. I love that. And I'm surprised um, to hear you say that, because you're one of the people I've ever talked to that that understood that. Like, I'm a songwriter, okay? I have written some songs, but I have really not done anything with them, like for whatever reason. And
That's that you have something that probably needs to be heard. So you need to do something about that.
yes, but I will say this. I did finally get one song copywritten somewhere around October, November of last year. So I do have that copywritten. Now I just need to do something with it because I don't want to sing. And I'm kind of like you. I want to watch what was in my head and in my heart be made into something that blesses other people. I don't have to have the microphone and be doing it. So that's why I was smiling so hard when you were speaking, because that's exactly where I am. I don't know how to do that, but it just blessed me to hear you say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, because of the situation that all of us have gone through the last couple of years, I've come to appreciate the process of what I've been doing the last 2 years on Facebook Live. As far as doing the twice a month series that I do, Uplifting Keys. The folks who represent me, Jay Roberts Management, has helped out tremendously in helping me to make those happen. And I've come to understand in a number of cases over the 2 years where I've been able to bless people through that. And it's been an unusual thing because I've been kind of a slow person about putting myself out in front. I admit that's been my nature most of my life, but obviously making a performance series work, you're putting yourself out front. But it has been a unique blessing to be able to communicate with people, even under these circumstances. I had one really humbling situation doing a show, and a close friend of mine came on and also invited a friend of hers to come in, who I think had lost her husband 48 hours prior.
Oh, wow.
And and she wanted her to tune in with her. So a good part of the request period that evening was sharing songs that she wanted to hear for her comfort. And honestly, it was extremely humbling to be in the position to help her at that moment begin to cope with what she was about to face. It sincerely meant a lot to be in the position to help out like that.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And again, a whole different expression of your purpose, but still tied to your ultimate purpose. And sometimes we have to move out of our comfort zone of what we've gotten used to doing, and we've gotten pretty good at doing it. And then God says, okay, you're doing awesome over there. Let me just nudge you a little bit this way, so I can, spread you out even more. That was a blessing. And I'm sure that's something she will never forget.
Yeah, and indeed. And again, it's a very humbling thing. And I appreciate being able to be there for her at that moment.
That's powerful, Warren. Thank you so much. Also, I want to say, one of the things I try to get people to understand, and I totally know you get it because I've heard you mention it a few minutes ago. When we walk in our purpose, it's not just about us. We are helping other people. And sometimes by watching us walking in our purpose, other people will begin to pursue their purpose. And sometimes all they needed was a word of encouragement or somebody to say, you can do it, go ahead and do it. And they watch us doing what we're doing, and then they want to do what they're doing. One of the things I've learned from reading your bio, and I knew it from your spirit and the way you present yourself, but one of the things I learned is that there are many students who are under your tutelage that have gone on to successful and productive careers in entertainment and theater industry. How does that make you feel when someone contacts you and says, oh, Mr. Lankford, guess what? What you've poured into me, what you imparted into me, helped me to go on and achieve a level of success. How do you feel about that?
It's quite an amazing thing. I guess now it's been about 25 years since I was introduced to a performing arts magnet program at a place called Tri-Cities High School, which is located in East Point, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta. And I could never fully express how many ways they changed my life. So to hear positive things from them in kind is sometimes mind-boggling to me. But I was a part of the development process of many of these young people in their early places, and they've gone on to big things. I mean, for example, one young lady, Aisha Jackson, she was on Broadway in Frozen, and she did many live performances of Frozen, playing the young lead, Princess Anna, which was groundbreaking because she was certainly the first young lady of color to actually play that role. Yes. Another young lady, Sekon Singblo, she played one of Aretha's sisters in the recent movie Respect, and is currently playing the mother on the new version of the Wonder Years. Wow. So these are two of many examples where I've had the good fortune of where fulfilling my purpose has contributed to young people in a great way.
Absolutely. So
something else I deeply appreciate, without question.
Yes, and the thing about it is, when you do what you've been assigned to do here on earth, the work you do speaks for you. You don't have to go around, telling everybody that you see on the street what you have done. But when you pour into the lives of other people, they tell other people, and those people tell other people. And all the while, your purpose and your assignment is being expanded and growing. And I know that you must feel so proud to know that you have imparted something into these people. And I think your humble spirit and your gentleness is definitely a God-given blessing, because some people have,
Thank you.
I know, yeah, and that's why I refer to you in my Facebook introduction as a gentle person. Like, when you speak, even with your music, you know what you're talking about. You're very learned. You are not just out there just throwing out things just to be talking, but it's obvious that you've learned some things, you've studied, and when you impart with such a spirit of love and humility that people can't help but want to catch on to. And that's one of the main reasons why I was honored when I asked you to come to join me on my humble platform, that you said yes, because I want more people to be aware of who you are and what you're doing, and to connect with you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been and it's deeply appreciated. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to also, as I said, I want to make sure that each one of you who are going to be watching this video, that you look for Warren Lankford on Facebook and find his Lankford Music Corporation Facebook page. I promise you, you will be blessed. You will not regret it. And the page is called Uplifting Keys. And
that's serious, yes.
Yes, and I'm telling you, it's powerful. You don't want to miss it. So Warren, what is next for you? What are you working on right now?
Okay, next is more current, I guess I should say. Last November, on my birthday, I released a new single, and at the same time, we released our first official music video. The new song that I have out is a number called "Thankful Heart,"
Thankful Heart.
and the corresponding video, with the help of my better half, my wife Brenda, and a close friend Nat Martin, who directed. We came up with a video, presenting vignettes and different stories of people who had to be apart for various reasons,
Yes.
and then they had the opportunity to come back together at the end. It's primarily an instrumental number, but it has a very simple hook: always have a thankful heart.
Yes.
Even though we're miles apart, my love for you is never far. Keep a thankful heart. So
Yes, I saw that on YouTube. That was
yeah,
good. I enjoyed that.
yes, thank you, thank you. I also have a YouTube channel where you can find that video along with a variety of different songs that I have filmed, performing them on piano or performing them with pre-recorded tracks. So, so I definitely welcome subscribers to that channel as well. And certainly for the video of Thankful Heart, the more views, the better. So I certainly want to encourage your viewers to take the time to go to my YouTube channel, check out the video, and give your feedback. That's the big thing going currently, because I really want to do everything I can to get that message out in terms of what we're trying to say in the stories we present in the video, and also the audio recording of it is available on all the platforms.
Powerful, powerful. That's awesome. I absolutely want to encourage each one of you that will see this video to subscribe to Warren's YouTube channel. Is that under your name?
Yes, my name, Warren, Warren, and Lankford.
Yes.
Ford. So just type in Warren Lankford YouTube channel and it'll come up.
Awesome.
And Thankful Heart is on the channel.
Okay. Yes, and you will be blessed. I was really encouraged by that video because there's so much going on right now that it would cause you to just constantly be overwhelmed and frustrated and anxious. But sometimes we have to just stop and realize we do have some things to be thankful for. Things
And
could be
that's it.
way worse than they are. So we do want to maintain a thankful heart. So Warren, I'm going to get ready to let you go. I absolutely have enjoyed talking to you. It's been many years since I've seen you, but you still have the same humble spirit that I remember you having in school. And I just want to thank you once again for pursuing your purpose, because you have blessed so many. And there are people that you will never meet that will never be able to say to you, you bless my heart. But you need to know that people all across the world are going to be blessed by the gift that you are.
I really appreciate that sentiment, and I appreciate those words. I mean, I have to say it's all about what I have tried to do my best at my whole life.
Yes.
So I can only keep doing that, and pray that I continue to be successful at being a positive impact on people.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to get ready to go. Was there anything else that you wanted to say to our audience?
Um, let's see, the biggest thing is the biggest thing is what I shared about the video. There will be more new music to come later in the year. So I hope people will subscribe to my YouTube channel and certainly like the Lankford Music Corporation Facebook page, and that's the easiest way to keep up with all that's going on. And finally, I just want to encourage people to to be committed to pursuing your purpose when God makes it clear to you.
Absolutely. And again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Please give my love to your wife and keep me in prayer as I will be doing for you all.
And I will certainly continue to pray for you. Again, thank you sincerely from my heart for allowing me to have this time with you.
Thank you so much. You have a blessed evening.
All right, you do the same now.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.